Shampoozel by Laurence Anholt and Arthur Robbins.
Arthur Robbins.
Arthur Robbins.
Not Martha.
Arthur.
Arthur.
Yeah. It's a black and white one, this one.
Oh, yeah.
It's like going back in the olden
It's
days.
old-fashioned, yeah, when we were their age, before colour was invented.
Yeah.
There once was a jolly hairdresser named Dan Druff.
Dandruff.
Yeah, that'd be him there, I think.
Yeah.
The tash.
Yeah. Dan loved hair. Curly hair and bristly hair, eyebrows and beards. Oh, he'd like you then. Yeah.
Got a beard.
Yeah. Dan loved them all. He loved the gleam of his many mirrors and the snippery snick of sparkling silver scissors.
Dan even sang about hair. Hair, hair, glorious hair. It spreads from your head nearly everywhere. It grows on your toes, even inside your nose. Hair, hair, hair.
I sang with you then.
Duet.
Only one thing upset Dan's happiness. His girlfriend. Tamote.
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 She's Irish.
Yes.
Tamote.
Who lived in the flat upstairs.
Unlike Dan, Tam was a sad person who hid away in her bedroom behind tightly drawn curtains. From under their hairdryers, Dan's customers would hear her wretched moans, and Dan nearly tore his hair out with worry over her condition. The awful truth was, oh look, the hairdryer's a barrel. The awful truth was,
Tamote had terrible hair. Oh, Dan, she wailed. My head is dull and lifeless. I have a flaky scalp and unsightly split ends. But no ordinary shampoo is effective.
Dan could find nothing to help, and as the days passed, Tam's hair grew as greasy as a chip shop mop.
Ew,
Chip
yuck.
shop mop.
Now, not far away from the barber shop was an evil black tower which twisted into the sky like a strange hairstyle. This was the home of the bad hair witch.
Uh-oh. High in her dark rooms, the bad hair witch mixed strange shampoos and hair oils which were sold all over the world. The secret ingredients came from rare plants which only grew in her private garden. There's a rat down there, look.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a rat in a cage. What am I going to do? There's a rat in my cage. What am I going to do?
Above the barber shop, Tam became convinced that one of these magical hair herbs would bring life back to her dull scalp, and she pleaded with Dan to pick some. At the mention of the Black Tower, Dan Druff felt the hairs prickle at the back of his neck.
I dare not go there.
He whispered.
Oh, I dare not go there.
He whispered.
What if I should fall into the evil hair grip of the bad witch?
Bad hair witch.
Bad hair witch.
Yeah.
But Tamote complained so long and hard that at last Dan Druff could stand it no longer. All right, keep your hair on, he said. He bristled. I will go to the tower and comb the gardens for your herbs.
Lots of puns there. So the next morning, before dawn, the brave barber crept reluctantly up the hairpin bends that led to the tower.
Ow. Oh, look, the faces of the trees.
Oh, yeah. They don't look very happy either, do they?
As he walked, he sang to keep up his courage. Hair, hair, marvellous hair. The poor can have more than a millionaire. You may think it sounds silly, but it grows on my... Oh, what one of was that?
Before he could finish his song, Dan had almost walked into a huge sign hanging on the wall before him. Dan Druff, use your head. If you climb this wall, you'll wish you were dead.
Uh-oh. Dan felt a shiver run along his moustache. Only the thought of Tam's sad locks drove him on. Ignoring the sign, he scrambled into the bad hair witch's secret garden, where he found a second sign. Dandruff, can't you read? Don't even think about nicking a weed.
She's a good rhymer. Yeah. Poor Dan had never been in such a hairy situation, but he bent down and began to stuff his pockets with the herbs.
Uh-oh. Suddenly, he heard...
Excuse me.
Yeah, clear his throat.
Yeah.
Suddenly, he heard a terrible voice.
Dandruff, you must be
Now, why are you doing a deep voice? It's a witch. It's a woman.
Yeah, she's a bad
It's like
hair
Evil
witch.
P.
It's fine. Evil P doesn't, well... What you want, a squeaky voice?
Dandruff,
Go on,
you
do it
must
then.
be crazy. You paid for those bloods with your very first baby. Dan's hair stood on end. It was the worst rhyme you've ever heard.
I have heard a few worse than that, believe me. I teach. Before him stood the bad hair witch.
But I don't know the baby.
Stammered Dan.
Let's not split hairs.
Snapped the witch.
I'll wait until your first child is born. Grabbing a last handful of herbs, Dan leapt over the wall and headed down the hill to the town.
And the puns continue.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I think we've done a double up. Double up there. Double.
Don't want to kapow yet, do
Yeah,
we?
no kapow. That's spoiled out next bit for him.
Sorry, spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
He found Tam in her bedroom wearing a paper bag on her head, and he poured out the story of his terrifying brush with the bad hair
You
witch.
make me wear a paper bag when we go out together.
I don't
You do.
ever. Don't
Plastic-
even think
Plastic
about
bag.
it.
Makes me wear a plastic bag. But Tam was barely listening. She seized the wonderful herbs, crushed them, and began to lather her scallop.
No, her scalp.
Scallop.
Scallop is a fish
scallop.
thing. Fishy thing. Kerpow! As if by magic, Tam's hair turned into a glorious mass of glossy curls, which seemed to flow in slow motion when she tossed her head. She must be worth it.
Yeah.
Tamote was...
Tamote's a different brand.
Tamote was cured.
She tore downstairs into the sunny shop and, as Dan shaved the bristly early morning customers, Tam happily set to work beside him, sweeping up the fallen curls and locks.
Sorry, that hand's gone cold. I had to change hands to hold the paper.
Really?
Yeah, really. That very week, Tam and Dan were married, and the whole town joined them in this glorious hymn.
Hair, hair, magnificent hair. It can grow down below in your underwear. It grows on your chest like a big woolly nest. Oh, hair, hair, hair.
We did that quite well together, you know, love.
Yeah, we're like Dolly and
Kenny.
Kenny and Dolly.
I don't think
You
so.
can be Dolly. I'll be Kenny.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Before a year was out, the couple's happiness was complete. A beautiful baby daughter was born, and after much thought, they called her
Shampoozel.
Poor kid.
In that happy, hairy world, not one thought was given to the bad hair witch. Don't get in my hair now. But the bad hair witch had forgotten nothing. Nothing. What colours in?
Oh, yeah. High in her tower, she worked day and night on her most amazing invention yet. Something all barbers dream of. A marvellous, magical, hair-growing
growing.
lotion.
He's looking a bit worried.
Yeah.
Guess which witch will be rich?
She sniggered.
All I need is a helpless, hairless baby to test my invention.
That's a coincidence.
Isn't it? Just...
Was she wearing hairy marigolds?
She might well be. Oh dear, I need to sneeze in a minute. And so the bad hair day dawned. The bell at the little barber shop tinkled cruelly as the bad hair witch burst inside.
Give me the child.
She shrieked.
Have you got a...
Oh, no, that's me. Have you got an appointment?
Said Tam.
see, I could fit you in on Thursday.
Thursday. Thursday.
Well, she had to think about
Was
that
it
one.
Swallow Friday?
Yeah.
You don't understand, you fools. I need to test my new improved formula. Ultimate 2-in-1 hair growing lotion.
You go, Witchy.
Oh, look, she looks like a judge with her hair like that. Look, you know them wigs that judges wear?
Yeah. Well, she's been a bit of a judgy McJudgerton.
Judging.
Yeah. Leave Shampoozel alone, pleaded Tamote. You cannot try out your hair-braiding inventions on our child.
Her name's Tam Druff now, though.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's true.
Not Tamote.
Tamote Druff.
Tam Druff.
Yeah. Ignoring the tears of the unfortunate couple, the bad hair witch seized Shampoozel and carried her back to the tower.
Ooh.
They need to phone the police. Kidnapping.
5-0. Get 5-0 Popo on it.
Yeah.
To make sure the precious child would never be taken from her, the hair witch bricked up the front door behind them.
Oh. That's not good.
Hang on, have we done the right amount?
I don't know. As the days, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, 38.
Yeah, there we go.
Go.
As the days passed, the bad hair witch grew to love the baby and looked after her as if she were her own. She would sing as she washed the infant's hair.
No more tears, baby Shampoozel. My magic shampoo is very unusual.
And day by day, as Shampoozel grew, her hair grew too, in great, long, golden tresses which tumbled across the floor, down the stairs, into the kitchen, under the dog, round the back of the fridge, and back upstairs again.
Oh my goodness.
That's long.
Just imagine the shower.
Just imagine the plug hole getting blocked
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
Hair.
Cackled the bad hair witch.
Look at all your beautiful golden hair.
Sometimes hairy Shampoozel remembered her parents' little barber shop in the town far below. Now that their daughter had gone, Dan and Tam worked sadly and never sang any more. And so, one by one, the customers went elsewhere.
Oh dear. Everything's going downhill now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's why you shouldn't steal things from other people's gardens.
Exactly. Or anywhere else.
Years passed, and as Shampoozel grew into a young woman, the bad hair witch taught her the secret art of the hairdresser.
Wash your hair and keep it sweet. Lava, rinse, repeat. Rub and comb and keep it neat. Lava, rinse, repeat.
Together, the bad hair witch and Shampoozel created new hair products which were more amazing than anyone could have dreamed of. Measballs.
Really? They became so famous, in fact, that a young prince by the name of Gary Baldy
It's like the biscuit.
heard about them from his home in a distant land. The prince, although handsome and wealthy, was as bald as a billiard ball.
Oh dear. Prince Gary had tried one wig maker after another, but without satisfaction. So when he finally heard the ultimate 2-in-1 hair growing lotion, he set out straight away and after many days arrived at the tower.
Of course, even a prince cannot enter a tower without a door. So Prince Gary concealed himself beneath the walls, and after a while, he saw an amazing thing.
Ooh. The bad hair witch appeared at the window and with her shopping bag. All of a sudden, a great mass of hair cascaded to the ground. The witch slid down it and set off towards the town. I suppose that's what they call a hair slide. Ooh. I suppose that's what they call a hair slide, whispered Prince Gary in amazement. Ooh, I'm amazed. Get your job right.
Yeah. Half an hour later, the old lady returned with her shopping and called out,
Shampoozel, let down your hair so I can climb to the top of your long hairy stair.
Shampoozel let down her locks again, and the old woman scrambled back up the tower. Well, actually, that woman's bigger than her, so she's going to pull her out the window.
Well, let's hope she's tied to a bed or something now. Gary Baldy was no fool, and the next time the old woman went out, the prince stood below the window himself and called,
Shampoozel, your hair is so curly, lay down now, you be a good girlie.
do you want to say that again?
No?
Let it hang down now.
Yeah.
To his delight, a great coil of hair tumbled to the ground. He seized it and began to boldly go where no man had gone before.
Boldly go.
Yes.
The prince scrambled into Shampoozel's room, and when his royal eyes fell on the lovely Shampoozel, he was captivated by her hairiness. He leaned towards her and kissed her ruby-red lips. Well, that's a bit presumptuous, isn't it? Then, there and then, Shampoozel and the prince fell in love. Gary told her that he adored her limitless locks and how he would love to have some of his own. You know, that's what happened with us, really, isn't it? Because when we first met, I'll give you a great big smacker on the lips.
You did. Yeah, you did.
And then you fell in love with the bloke standing behind me. But he wasn't available, so you had to put up with me.
Oh, sweetie. To his amazement, Shampoozel replied that she had grown tired of her hair. It don't half hurt when people climb up it, she complained, and it takes a week to wash.
But then, to the prince's joy, Shampoozel pulled out a tiny bottle of ultimate 2-in-1 hair-growing lotion and began to massage his shiny scalp. Almost immediately, a single hair popped out the prince's head. The first hair was followed by a second, the second by a third, and within 10 minutes, the prince had a mass of golden curls snaking down his back, nearly as long as Shampoozel's.
Yeah, that's okay, baby. Gary Baldy seized Shampoozel and danced with joy. My prince, you must wash and go, whispered Shampoozel. She brushed a few stray hairs from his collar, and with one final kiss, the prince climbed down Shampoozel's hair and slipped away into the shadows.
It wasn't long before the bad hair witch returned. Shampoozel,
Don't make me shout. Let down your hair go. Don't hang about.
As soon as she entered the salon, the witch spotted Gary Baldy's little crown, which Shampoozel had left hanging on the coat hook.
Uh-oh.
The witch was furious, and after a terrible argument, stormed into her bedroom, leaving Shampoozel weeping pitifully.
She's not very big, is she?
She's not, no. She's just a small but mighty.
Yeah. Mighty.
Who does that remind you of?
Yeah.
Eh?
Mighty.
Yeah. Go on.
The prince, meanwhile, had decided that witch or no witch, he had to see Shampoozel again. He stood at the foot of the tower and whispered, Shampoozel, here is your prince. Throw down your pigtail. My hair needs a rinse. Immediately, a long lock of hair curled out of the window and tumbled to the ground. But just as the prince was about to climb up, he saw a figure sliding down.
Uh-oh.
Boing.
It was Shampoozel! Don't know why I didn't think of this before, she said. Oh, that stupid hair. I snipped it off and tied it to the bed. Then I slid down to you. At last we have escaped from the bad hair witch.
That was a close shave, replied Gary Baldy, like the biscuit,
Yep.
softly stroking her silky stubble. Come on, let's really let our hair down. So Shampoozel and her hairy prince ran away to his castle, but she didn't forget her parents, Dandruff and Tamdruff. Tamdruff.
It's a double-barreled one now, Tamotadruff.
Although,
Oh, excuse me.
You're excused.
Although they were rich, Shampoozel and Gary Baldy liked to work in Dan's shop on Saturdays.
Before long, the little barber shop was once again the busiest in the land.
Woohoo!
Go on in.
It's you.
Oh. It's amazing how the customers keep coming back.
Laughed Dan. And it was true. Some of the customers seemed to have as many as 5 haircuts a day.
Perhaps they just loved having their hair cut by Shampoozel. Or perhaps the secret shampoo she uses has something to do with it. She's using a growing one. Or perhaps they come for the endless happy songs that drift across the hairy town.
Hairy town.
Here we go. Got a song coming. High in her tower. Even the bad hair witch.
Even the bad hair witch joins in.
Hair, sensational hair. Shampoozel's the girl to share your hair care. She can give you a shave, your permanent wave. Oh, hair. Oh, special effects. You do it again.
didn't
Did
do
get
it
the
again.
graphics.
Oops, I did.
Graphics.
It again.
Graphics.
I don't know where you put them.
Quick.
So,
No, so get the graphics.
No, you just have to tell
I spent
them.
months creating that
you
graphic.
just have to
Months.
tell them. When you see the thumbs up, make sure you click on it and like what you read.
The thumbs
Hopefully
up's
you like what you
underneath
read,
the
yeah.
pictures down there.
And then if you want to subscribe, you can press the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything,
Don't cost nothing. Nothing.
but every time you see a little bell ringing up there, it'll tell you that we've done a new book.
Ding-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling-ling.
And then finally, you can share with all your friends on social media.
Yeah, in your groups. Your groups,
Because
your social groups.
sharing is caring.
And caring is sharing.
Thank you.
We'll see you in a few minutes when we do another one.